I am Bernie Scalera, one of the school counselors at West High School. And each year, the counselors in the schools go into the senior English classrooms and do a presentation to have seniors start looking ahead towards what they need to do as far as where they want to be after high school. So it helps them figure out maybe how to apply for colleges. Do they want to go to college? What about financial aid? And all the different questions and all the things they have to think of in order to plan for their future. As virtual learners, learning from home, you don't have that luxury of being in the classroom and listening to us. So we're coming to you. And so I am providing for you that same opportunity because we don't want you to miss out because it's your future as well. There is something that one of the things that we do with all our seniors after this week when we do our kickoff and go into all the senior Englishes is we go actually into one-on-one meetings with each of our seniors, and we do a credit check sheet to make sure they're on track for graduation. We send a letter home to families so families also know where their child's at towards graduation. And we also use that one-on-one time to answer questions about where you're at individually. So some of you might be worrying about how do I apply or how do I fill this part out? Some of you might be looking more at the scholarship end of it. Some of you might be more concerned about financial aid. So we tailor it to meet your needs at that time. So that's what the one-on-one's for. But today we're just going to give you an overview of all the different explorations, what you need to do, how to do it, and help you look ahead a little bit. So we do want you to realize that there are a lot of different options. Not everybody goes to a four-year college, although you certainly may. There's also two-year colleges, trade schools. Some go to work and do an apprenticeship for a organization like an electrical company, and then they help train them into a job and get them set up that way. Some students go full-time military, others may use military and go part-time, and that helps them pay for college. Some go immediately into the workforce, or some people take a year off so that they can kind of figure out what they want to do, and then what that's known as a gap year, and then they will go to school the next year. If you are looking at a four-year college, make sure that you meet the admission requirements. Those are a little bit different than what you might need to do in the high schools in the district. So you have to make sure you have taken the core courses as part of that. And if you're looking specifically to go to one of the three state regents schools, Iowa, University of Northern Iowa, or Iowa State University, then you have to make sure there's a Regents Admission Index that you can use, which determines automatic admissions. And that would only be for this year if you have an ACT score. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. So what are the four-year college requirements? We have a lot of students that want to go to a four-year college. I've pulled up UNI's here. And just as an overview, very briefly, as long as you have 4 years of English, which we also require, 3 years of math, including algebra, geometry, algebra 2. 3 years of science. Often they want two from the labs, two different lab sciences. So they want biology and then chemistry or physics. They also require 3 years of social studies and then usually 2 years of a foreign language to get into the college. Some don't require the two, they might recommend it. And some will say if you take more than two, you don't have to take it once you get there. So if you cover the state requirements for the Iowa State schools, you're pretty much covered most of the four-year colleges, except for maybe the more very competitive colleges as well. So University of Iowa, if we look at that, they also show their admissions. Again, very similar, basically, and I won't necessarily go into that. But the Regents Admission Index is if you're looking to go to one of the state regents, they usually require a couple of different things for automatic admissions. They take a look at your ACT score, your GPA, your class rank, and the amount of core courses you've taken at school. So how many years of math, English, science, social studies, and foreign language. And they put that into a formula, and they come up with a score, and it calculates it for you if you actually go on to this website. And this is you just Google Regents Admission Index. You can plug in the information and hit the calculate, and it will come up with the score. So you don't have to do the actual figuring on your own. Anyway, if you do get a score of 245 or higher, then you can be assured that you are meeting automatic admissions into those 3 state region schools. This year is a little bit different because the colleges are not requiring the RAI or the ACT. Some schools are not requiring it. The 3 state regions are one of the schools that are not. We'll talk more about that when we talk about ACTs, but a lot of schools this year, because of COVID, are not requiring the ACT score as conditional upon admissions. So just be aware of that. You'll want to check with the colleges that you're looking for at and see what they require. Here's an example, Iowa. If you look at University of Iowa, if you read this, test scores for students applying, if you do not provide an ACT or SAT score, you may be required to submit additional academic documents, transcripts, or a personal statement to receive an admission decision. I know some of the other colleges just say they'll look at you holistically and just kind of take a look at your grades and everything else and go from there. So that's important as far as you're exploring and trying to figure out what you want to do. Once you've decided, you know you want to go to college, for instance, there are different ways to check different colleges out. One is by attending a college fair. Now, in the past, college fairs have been here in person, or you could go to Des Moines and see one, or go to the Tri-State College Fair, which used to be in the Marina Inn in South Sioux. But that's not happening this year. This year, the college fairs have gone virtual, again, because of COVID and because of the health risks. So one of the college fairs that are very big, or one of the organizations is NACAC, which is the National Admissions for colleges. It's a national organization, and they have national college fairs, and they'll have several. If you see down here, October 12th, October 18th, and November 8th, all virtual college fairs, and they're national, so you'll have national representation. And you can register at this, here's the website, go to that website and register for those colleges, because it's an awesome opportunity in order to, it's like a one-stop shop where you can check out different colleges all at once, check in with different admission reps, and explore it that way. So I encourage you to do it. You don't have the opportunity now to see a lot of admission reps at one time anymore and walk around and gather information. You got to do it virtually through the computer, and at least it's at the comfort of your own home. So that is college fairs that are coming up, and we encourage you to get involved with those. Virtual campus visit days, another option aside from attending fairs, is checking out campuses themselves. And you might be able to actually physically get on campus. You might not be able to. It just depends for each college. This is a sample of a virtual campus visit day with the Northeast Community College. They're having a special Human Services and Education Career Fair. It's an event on Thursday, October 8th. Again, they do want people to register for these in advance, and it's a great way to explore individual colleges by doing virtual visits. There are other colleges that will offer on-campus visitation. A lot of colleges will. You just need to really check out what their requirements are as far as on campus. So they might say, yes, you can do it, but they'll only have so many people. You have to wear a mask. You just have to check out the guidelines from each school, and you just go onto their websites and check out Visit Campus, and you're able to figure that out from there. Another way for visits is for on-campus visits where college admission reps actually come to the high schools. Now, this one is maybe something that you won't have as much of an advantage as the students who are attending in school. because we do have campus visits. We also, though, a lot of schools, after October 1st, we're allowing, as you see this some in-person campus visits by admission reps, and we post those, we announce those at school, and we have actually a West High counseling calendar that will list all those, so people can look ahead and see who's coming up and sign up for them in advance. You'll want to check your own schools, your own counselors about what your schools are offering. But just because we're allowing college admission reps to come up on campus, because of COVID, there are a lot of colleges that are not sending their reps to high schools because it's not safe. It's not safe for them maybe to leave, depending on their areas, etc. So they are hosting a lot of virtual events instead. So you might be able to sign up because we're going to be posting even virtual events. So if University of Northern Iowa is doing a virtual campus visit with West High School, for instance, then and it's posted and listed, you can sign up to do that, and you can get on that link as well and meet with the counselor or the admission rep and ask them questions and give them your information as well. So that's something you'll want to check with your schools. Again, we'll be doing it we'll be showing it on our calendar page, and I'll show you how to get to our calendar page later on for those of you that attend West High School. So there are lots of ways to narrow your search and to check out different colleges. Once you've decided on a couple of colleges, you want to make sure that you're prepared and take the right tests to get in. And so, for instance, you can take ACTs, SATs if you're looking at the East or West Coast. Usually a college will say either or. ACTs are more common in our surrounding area and in the Midwest, and they're more like the Iowa assessments, as you're aware of. Fall ACTs, locations, we all at each of the high schools offer them. East High Schools, you can register October 24th or the test for October 24th or December 12th. North High School, you can see theirs. I believe it's October 10th and then December 12th. West High School is offering the ACT test October 17th and December 12th as well. So you want to get on the website and you will want to sign up. This is the website, www.actstudent.org. ACT, if you have registered or going to register for the anyone in October, no matter what school you're taking it at, the deadline for all October test dates is now Friday, September 25th. So you have till Friday, September 25th in order to register. And you just go on the website and you upload your information or put in your information. You get to send it to 4 colleges as part of the registration. If you are on free or reduced lunch, you do get 2 free waivers, 2 voucher waivers, and you get those from your own schools. Check with your counselors about getting a voucher and a fee waiver so you don't have to pay for the test. If you did not take the test this summer, we had offered, because we did not have the last spring, you didn't take the ACT test at school, you were given that opportunity to take a free test in June or July. If you did not do that, but you had the voucher number, we can no longer use those because that was for last year. So there are new numbers and new vouchers, and you'll just check with your own school on that. Other testing opportunities. Other testing takes place through, like, 2-year colleges might require placement tests. They don't require SATs or ACTs to get in. They just use these to help place students in the right math or English, whatever. And you can find out once you register with the college, they will let you know if you need to take a test and which test it is that they're offering or needing you to take. Another test is ASVAB. It's the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. And that is for military, going into the military, and you will need that. It also can be used as a career exploration. It's kind of a neat thing. We're offering it. Each high school usually offers it. We're giving it November 12th at 8 a.m. at West High. Check your school for yours. I'm going to now end part one of exploring